Homegrown Radio.
This is Homegrown Radio, Africa's gift to its tribe, and today is an arty kind of day. Now, we are joined by a multi-dimensional artist, the talented Lynette Van Tonder. Welcome to Homegrown Radio.
Thanks, Ntando. Thank you for having me.
Now, I know that this is not the first time that you have joined us, so welcome back to Homegrown Radio. But you went, Lynette, you told us before that you studied graphic design, and you went from studying graphic design to working in advertising, and now you are an artist and associate curator and writer. How did that happen?
I always wanted to be an artist, like a painter artist. But my father said he would pay for my studies only if I did something that generated an income. And by that, he meant graphic design or something more commercial. So I honored him and I did that. And obviously, that was also very fulfilling. And I embarked on a successful career in advertising, but always coming home and painting till late in the night or early hours of the morning, and always dreaming. And I always continued that part of my life. So it was a dream. And then one day I just switched.
I mean, with your art, because you have such a unique style, how would you describe your art?
Dimensional is a difficult word to understand, but I think my work is it's emotive. It's very feminine in many respects, because I started to use sewing and stitching more and more, but I combine it with cartography, which is working with maps. So it could be emotional maps, but I actually used physical maps of my city, Johannesburg. And in sewing, I think I bring that emotional female content to a very harsh environment, because as you know, Johannesburg is not an easy place for a woman to thrive. You've got to make a conscious decision every day.
And what inspires you?
People. I love people. Not that I'm an extrovert, I'm quite an introvert, but I really love people overcoming obstacles. And I think my work embodies, especially women, overcoming very hard difficulty. And I honor that. I find the similarities in our struggles rather, and also our celebration, rather than the diversity or the difference. And I find it very healing for myself and many people who look at my art to delve a bit deeper into the meaning. There's a lot of healing for individuals. Without me telling a story, they find it.
Mm-hmm. And Lynette, I know that you have previously schooled me and explained this to me before, but for the benefit of everyone else, can you tell us what an associate curator is?
Yes, that's a good question. It actually, so I'm a curator in my own right, coming through the school of working in galleries and having been trained by my previous gallerist, and now, I bring that, and I think my boss at artily.com, which is where my art, these particular pieces that I'm showing today are on. So she's the owner, the CEO, and the head curator, because from a financial standpoint, she has to make the final decisions of who she thinks an artist is, or an artwork that needs to go on display. But I bring a lot of suggestions, but I think if she were to decide to go in another direction, the onus lies on her, and that's her right to do that. So I come in underneath Karen and I support her as a curator, which makes me an associate. So, I think
so you decide what work is going to be put up for what exhibition, which artists you're going to engage in, and then she has the final say. Is that pretty much what it is?
Yeah, we've got a very good relationship, and Karen and I are very similar in our objectives. So it's very rare that there's a discussion about the work. Normally it's yes, wonderful, agreed, lovely. Sometimes there's an artwork that either of us might think is not suitable for certain narratives, and then that's where the discussion comes in. And being the CEO, she's the boss, she yeah, and I'm very happy to work that way. I learn a lot in the process. No one of us knows everything.
Coming and going at the Capture Colour exhibition up at artly.com in Millpark is a work about authentic beauty and acceptance of the often mundane journeys of life. The background is made up of several maps and journeys. It exposes repetitive tasks such as the tugs and piercings of stitching or scraping of an etching needle that created the artwork. As women, we often try to be more accepted, which results in us wearing invisible masks that cover any imperfections. Coming and going is about the exact antithesis. Nothing is hidden. The subject's eyes hiding behind dark glasses on the one side is visible on the other. Lines, wrinkles, scars and all, she remains and becomes increasingly more exquisite because of the journey of her life.
These particular pieces you can find on artly.com, and you can find me under Meet the Artists. If you go on the homepage, there's a artist, Meet the Artist, and then you scroll down. I'm kind of close to the bottom because of my surname, but you'll find me there, and these works are available there. I'm also on Instagram. Lynettes.conceptual is my handle for Instagram.
Lynettes
conceptual. Conceptual, yes.
Okay, so that is artly.com, Meet the Artist, and on Instagram, Lynettes.conceptual.
Yes. And you'll have to find me. You'll have to want to find me on Meet the Artist because my surname is V. So I'm
right at the bottom. Okay, so artly.com, it is Lynette Van Tonder. You'll find her right at the bottom. But thank you so much, Lynette, for taking time to chat with me, and thank you for sharing your work with us. And that was artist and associate curator Lynette Van Tonder, which you can find at artly.com. Thank you so much.
Ntando, thank you. It's been an honor.